Greetings, family, and welcome to Dr. Mumbi Spirituals. My name is Dr. Mumbi Seraki. It's so exciting to see more and more Kenyans awakening to the truth of who we are. More and more Kenyans asking the important and pertinent questions. What is it about Kenya? Who is Kenya? Why are all these European presidents and European kings coming to Kenya? Why was the Pope coming to Kenya for 20 years before he became Pope? And he was actually here in December before he became Pope recently. What is it? Why is the Finnish president telling us that Kenya is an instrumental player in the New World Order agenda? I've talked about this so much on my show on YouTube, Dr. Mumbi Spirituals, or Dr. Mumbi Spiritual Show. But for those who haven't seen that, let me just briefly let you, bring you up to speed. Kenya is a very special nation, family. It is Eden. It is actually the book that most of the biblical, or the location of most of the biblical stories. Kenya is actually in the Bible. Kenya means the nest of the Most High. Ken is nest and Yah, the Most High. They even say that if Yeshua existed, the wedding he went to where he turned water into wine was actually by Mount Zion in Kenya. Kenya is also home to Mount Zion, which is not just any ordinary mountain, but it has one of the biggest stargates here, which is why the British Army has set camp and why William comes on secret missions, being briefed and trying to bribe the few elders who know the pathways to show them. But the reason is not that these two elders are such good people. The reason they've never done it is because they demand land for such information and not just money. And the kind of land they're asking for, William could never agree. This is why they say Wakanda is actually a documentary about a hidden nation, a hidden people in Mount Zion. And it was not just a documentary, but it was a psychic military operation where they tried to use the minds of the global melanated people to snuff out, to energetically expose, to energetically bring down like the gateways of what keeps this hidden nation hidden. Kenya also happens to be home of the Ark of the Covenant, which was given to us during the Crusades by the Ethiopians. It came down the Tana River as the Mzungus were in hot pursuit of it, the Crusaders were in hot pursuit of it, and it made its way all the way to Mount Zion, the asteroid mountain, where it has remained safe for centuries. Now, the reason it was brought to the asteroid mountains is because the hidden priestly nation were able to use the portal or stargate that is in Mount Zion to put it in a different room, let me say it like that, in a different room where the Mzungus, the British Army, the Crusaders, all the people looking for it could never get their hands on it. Kenya is also home to many portals and two extremely powerful portals in the Rift Valley, the Heaven's Gate and the Hell's Gate. But Hell's Gate is not in Naivasha, it's in Nakuru. And Heaven's Gate is not in Nakuru, it's in Naivasha. And if you know, you know. These are just the basics that as a Kenyan you should just know. You should do your research over and in and understand. The research is not just lying around, but it's there. And maybe this will give the low self-esteem Kenyans sleepless nights, because they need a Mzungu to rule over them psychologically and emotionally. But the truth is, we are the ancient ones. We are the ancient kings. We're the custodian nation that has the most powerful weapon in the world not at our disposal, but in our hands, which gives us such a high vibration, which is why you see all these presidents, when they come here, the minute they become president or king, they're here doing their rituals, setting up their altars in their embassies and stuff. But what they're doing is child's play compared to who we are as a Kenyan people. And it's not all Kenyans. That's why you'll see some of us are so high vibing, high thinking, so sophisticated in our thoughts and our spirituality. And others are just there like barking dogs, complaining, abusing. Because there are those who have come through the gates of heaven, but there are also those who have come through the gates of hell. And if you're in Kenya right now, and you carry the blood of a Kenyan, and you're not strong in your faith, there are a lot of spirits walking around that will hijack and embody you, especially from that Hell's Gate area. Because the angelic realm, the chosen ones, the ancient priesthoods are back now. Anyway, if you know, you know.